welcome. Thank you for being here. I was very excited to meet your son, Charlie, earlier in the show.
He's here in the audience somewhere.
Yeah, Charlie, what's up, bud? Tall kid. There he is, yo! Tall guy. He's a good man.
He's wearing my hat.
Is he wearing your hat?
Yes, he is.
Nah, see, that's a supportive son right there. We love you, Charlie. That's what I'm talking about. Before we talk about True Detective, I want to also mention your movie, Nyad.
Yes.
Congratulations on all the nominations, and what a story that is.
Yeah, amazing. I love Diana Nyad, and Bonnie Stoll is the character that I play. Yeah. They're just an amazing duo.
And you and Annette Bening, it was perfect. It was great. Congrats on all that.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
The Critics' Choice, when that was just this past Sunday, yes. And I know that it was during a Green Bay Packers playoff game.
Yes,
I know that you're a big Packers fan.
That was a problem.
Yeah. What did you do? Did you commercial break watching your phone?
I just did not look at my phone. I did not look at my phone. I DVR'd it. I went home and I hooted and hollered all by myself. It was a great game. I mean, if you liked the Packers, it was a great game.
You watched the game after the game was played?
Yes.
No one does that.
Well, I had to. It's my team.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to hear the scores?
No.
You just go, nope, I'm going to go home, and you put on your jersey?
That's right.
No way.
I did.
And go, I'm going to watch it like it's live.
Yes, I did not put the cheese hat on. I reserved that for.
You're not, what's your connection to Green Bay? Is there a connection?
It's stupid. You know, I used to have these little, I still have them, these little football helmets that you used to get at the International House of Pancakes. Every time you got a pancake, you got a football helmet.
I totally remember that.
And that was, you know, I prided myself on being able to organize them all and say, like, I know this one and I know that one. And then somebody came to my house and gave me a cheese head, and it was all over. So
it was the merch.
It was the merch. The merch got me.
The merch. This team has good merch.
Yes.
And they're a great team.
And this is an amazing year.
Yeah, and they're good fans too.
Yeah.
You made a little history in this building, by the way.
I did?
Yeah. In 1976, you were the youngest person to ever host Saturday Night Live.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's Belushi. Is that Lorraine Newman?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Lorraine Newman.
It was the whole team. It was Belushi, it was Dan Aykroyd, it was Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner, Chevy Chase. Everybody was on the same night. It was like a transition moment.
Oh, and Bill Murray too, probably.
Bill Murray too, yeah.
Were you nervous when you were 14?
I really did not enjoy the experience because I was nervous, and I had this thing called an Orange Julius. Do you know what that is? It's like a drink that they used to have. It's all orange, a smoothie, and it's really tall. And I spilled the whole thing on my shirt, and they didn't have time to do anything, so they just sort of blow dried me, and I was all sticky, and I was like, oh, I can't take this. I can't take live television.
Then you projectile vomited on John Belushi, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Yeah.
He did it back. You've been in so many iconic roles, and obviously we love what you do. But I saw this on the internet just resurfaced somehow that said that you were offered the role of Princess Leia in Star Wars.
I was, yeah. And they were going for younger, Princess Leia, but I had a conflict. I was doing a Disney movie, and I just didn't want to pull out of the Disney movie because I was already under contract, so I didn't do it. And, they did an amazing job. I don't know how good I would have been. I know I might have had different hair,
You probably would have had, was that...
I might have gone with a pineapple.
I want to talk about True Detective, Night Country. Everyone needs a new show to watch.
Yes,
everyone's looking
good.
And it is fantastic, by the way. First one was last Sunday, the second episode this Sunday, so you can catch up this week if you want. Well, when you heard that they're doing another True Detective, was this an easy yes for you?
It was an easy yes, but you never know, So I went and met with the director, Issa Lopez, who's the showrunner and wrote all the episodes, and she just had such an incredible vision for the show that I just couldn't do anything but jump on board. Well, I did change the character a bit. The character initially was much younger, and she was, was fresh from grief and was kind of a mess and very emotional. And I thought, no. So she really is awful. Yeah, my Liz Danvers is awful.
Yeah,
she's an Alaska. We call her Alaska Karen.
That's what she is. She's just an But you see why she's awful, or?
Yeah, I think you do, and you grow to love her despite her charade in some ways. The most important thing was I kind of configured the character to support the central character, who's an Indigenous woman, Kaylee Reese, amazing actress. Used to be a fighter, is a boxer still, 4-time world champion. Wow. And it really is her story, so I just wanted to be able to kind of support that, and I kind of reverse engineered my person.
You said there was a tree planting ceremony before you shot.
Yes, I like these things. I like rituals.
I like these types of
So
things
all
too.
the cast, we all got together. We drove in a bunch of Jeeps, and we went to what they call a forest in Iceland, which is, you know, they don't have a lot of trees. So people have gone on and, you know, started planting trees. They've planted millions of trees now at this point. So we all planted our trees with our little implements, with all of our different trees, and then we held hands and we had prayers. Yeah, we had Inupiaq prayers, and there were some Greenlanders there and Icelanders, and some made-up prayers, and we just asked, you know, our ancestors, you know, to bear with us.
Yeah.
And we got snow when we needed snow. We had no snow when we didn't want snow. Everything couldn't have been more blessed.
See, it all worked. And so it's set in Alaska, but you shot it in Iceland?
We shot it in Iceland.
How's Iceland? I hear it's just gorgeous.
It's amazing, amazing. Yeah. And we were in Reykjavik for most of the time, which is a great city. Lots of live music and delicious food and these pools. You know about the pools?
No.
They're like public bath kind of pools, and everybody goes there. Instead of going to a pub, everybody goes to these baths.
Yeah.
They hop in the pool, but then you go in the cold plunge. And then you go in the jacuzzi, and then you go in the cold plunge, and so there's all that stuff.
I mean, how fun is that? All right, that's my next spot I want to go to. How do we set up True Detective Night Country?
So Liz Danvers, my character, who's the sheriff in town.
Yep.
And the trooper, Evangeline Navarro. That's Kaylee's character. We hate each other, but we have each other's backs ultimately, and we end up being investigators together.
And you're trying to solve this crime. There's scientists that are dead.
There are missing. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. There's some missing scientists.
That's my job. I got to do something.
There's some missing scientists.
I'm making you work too hard. Sorry.
There's some missing scientists that may or may not be related to an old crime about a woman who was murdered.
Ooh, I want to show a clip. Here's Jodie Foster in True Detective Night Country. Take a look at this.
You can work together and figure out any.
No. I'm not working with you again, ever.
You think I want to work with you?
I do, actually. Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror, Liz. No one can stand you. Except for that poor kid Pryor. But you'll be breaking his heart real soon.
Get out of my scene. Go on. Off.
You know where to find me.
Yeah! Come on now! Jodie Foster, everybody. True Detective Night Country airs Sundays on HBO. It's also streaming on Max. Christopher Briney joins us after the break. Stick around, everybody. Hey, hey.